Last comment up top.
Yeah, one more for you as well. Why do you think no one like Google or Garmin has not really latched onto this idea or tried to, or hadn't tried to take or do it successfully themselves?
You think they're still listening? They have. Google has. They, I believe they launched something called, I'm not sure what Google's product was called, but it was all user generated. They tried to create a kind of parking sharing program whereby people were like, I'm leaving this spot at this specific time, and someone could come fill that spot. Unfortunately, it requires massive infrastructure and the relationships we were just talking with the city. I spend my free time going to parking conventions. Seriously. I spend my free time reading parking magazines. You got to get in it, and you got to build these relationships with parking operators and families that have been dealing with parking for 100 years. You got to really get in the nitty-gritty. And so far, there are some companies that are positioned that might pivot into that space, but they haven't. And I think by that time, hopefully, we'll be positioned as so significantly the market leader, there's better opportunity for acquisition than competition.
Just one more thing. I know you're in the movie clip industry, which is definitely much more glamorous than parking.
How dare you? How dare you?
At what point, I mean, famous people park their cars over there. At what point did you say, like, all right, parking's my thing, like, that's the only parking, that's
Well,
the road
the story said before, you guys took away from it, like, bosses suck. I took away parking sucks. I thought it was ironic that the whole story had to do with parking, but no,
That's a one-track mind.
What was your question? Sorry.
I'm just curious, like, there must have been some point where you said,
Why like parking?
Yeah.
Parking. One, it's visceral. It's something we all face and we all hate it. Like, who do you ever go to and it's like movie clips. Everyone loves movie clips. Everyone hates parking. I mean, it's just a reality that we've all kind of grown complicit with. And, living in Santa Monica, living in Brentwood my whole life, it's something I have struggled with. You go into Santa Monica and you're like, I can't even get to these stores because I can't park. I can't go to the movies because I can't park. How long is my journey going to take? 5 minutes in traffic, 25 minutes to find parking. Ridiculous. So we spent a lot of time, we identified this problem, and then we spent a lot of time identifying the inefficiencies within the parking industry. And then it was like, look, I could have gone back to school. Both myself and my co-founder, I was just finishing grad school. He was debating getting his PhD in economics, and we were like, or we could not have bosses. And we decided that let's run with this. Let's see if we can get some traction, and we did.
It's interesting. If you listen to what the conversation is at dinner, and think about companies that you can start from those conversations, because people are much more inclined to talk about what they hate than actually what they love, right? So you'll hear people talk about parking all the time. At the beginning of meetings, how many times are you talking about parking? I mean, all the time. So listen to the conversations that are going on at dinner, because movie clips go on at dinner, right? Politics go on at dinner. Those things, a lot of things divide us, but there's some things that bring us all together. Luckily, both of us are in companies that are conversations that bring people together, which means they're probably much more likely to succeed because they're not dividing people. But it's interesting. Pay attention to that, and you'll start getting ideas all the time.